So that's what I'm fucking saying is that so these labubus, right, that you see
Mm,
fucking everywhere
mm,
now, and they're like hanging them from their bags and from their belts and shit.
mm.
It's a little freak on a leash. What I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying is that it's a corn reference, and I think it's a deliberate reference to corn, new metal, right?
Mm.
And they're kind of trying to push this like subtle push for like a new metal resurgence, which I have to warn you about because I know your thoughts on new metal. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Well,
to say that.
I'm gonna defer to your current garment that you're currently wearing with the depiction of Pazuzu.
Oh my
There's
god,
a
I was hoping you didn't see that.
there's a big conspiracy theory that La Boo is like a manifestation of Pazuzu.
Oh yeah.
And I my one of my friends, Dr. Joseph Laycock, that like writes a lot of stuff about religious studies, has talked about this a bit, and
Oh really?
yeah, it's actually a giant like there's a giant devil worshiping Labubu conspiracy. Now, to be clear, this is not new. When I was a
No.
child, the big conspiracy theory about satanic toys was Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh really?
Yes, there was a massive satanic panic over Cabbage Patch dolls, and I'm not guys out there in the world. I'm not making this shit up, man. They all thought they had
Huh.
like, yeah, it was a whole thing. I have not thought about that for a while, and I appreciate you.
Bringing it up.
Yes,
No, I don't want to. I don't appreciate you bringing it up. I'm trying to keep this shit under wraps. I'm trying to trying to
yes.
elevate Pazuzu. No,
No, yeah, you got to represent where you can here too, and everything.
exactly.
So, but yeah, there was
It's also a gorillas shirt for
it is a
our
gorilla shirt.
audio
It is a gorilla
listeners.
shirt, but it's still Pazuzu. Yeah, there
It
was
is.
yeah, it was a whole thing with Couch Batch Stalls in the 80s.
Hmm.
There was a whole thing about that. It resurged a few years back with the Duggars, that little reality show. They mentioned it. So yeah, it's one of those things that's always kind of been there about like satanic toys and shit. And so
I am surprised at how quickly you glossed over me calling the Boo Boos a freak on a leash.
I think the only way to get past new metal is just I think
Just to brute force
new
it.
metal. Well, I think the way to deal with new metal is just to ignore it till it goes away. And I think because I think that the looking back at it, I'm realizing that all the people in it just wanted attention.
Yeah, I think that's kind of new metal,
You can't
right?
tell me that Fred Durst did not want attention.
Oh yeah, that's what he wanted. That's the kind
So
of
I think is if we can deny it attention, I think we can cease its existence.
you know what? Yeah, that is true. Giving symbols attention is kind of what
It's
gives them
fucking true, man.
power.
It is
That
true,
is
man.
the
We
intention,
we
you know.
invest the power into it, and new metal was very much our own. We
My
created our own
God.
hell. We
Oh,
we all
speaking
we,
of
we
hell,
always create our own
Pazuzu.
hell.
Oh my God, it's all
Pazuzu.
connected.
It really is. It
Yeah.
really, really is. All right. Well, look, folks,
Anyways,
we have a show today, apparently, at some point. I don't even know how long we were going off that one about.
that was a long
That was a
one.
lot. I like how Billy, I like how you try to surprise me, and I'm like, I'm just ready.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
just fucking ready
I
for it.
was ready, man.
I just gotta keep like upping
There
the
is
ante. It's gonna
no.
be like an
I should explain there.
arms race.
I don't view there as being any past or future. There just only is, and so like all time is an illusion, and the only time is party time. All right, so
ABC always be celebrating, baby.
yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
So today we are going to speak of celebrate. We're going to be talking about concerts, and not
Yeah.
just like concerts we've been to, but we want to talk about like concert going rituals, expectations, faux pas, the party
Hmm.
fouls, if you will. I've seen
Yes.
plenty of party fouls at concerts.
Oh, oh yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
oh yes. We will be speaking to that and kind of like and this comes up because I have friends at like my age, like their 40s, that have never been to a concert. Like it's like it's shocking. I mean, genuinely, like they've seen live music at like a festival or a fair where they kind of walked past it, but never like went into a building where you're going to
Yeah.
go and be you're locked in, like you're part of it. This wasn't like if you're at a festival and you kind of walk like just like a street fair or something like that, and there's music playing. Yeah, that's a concert, but like you're not really committed to being there.
Yeah. You're
You
not
can
paying specifically to see that,
yeah,
and you're
or
not like you're not. There's no there's not that investment.
there's not the investment. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not the investment of the lock in, if you will, and stuff
Yeah.
like that too. So like
Lock in.
and those guys, if they're playing on the street, they know people are gonna walk past them. That's the
Yeah.
expectation. But if you're at a concert where everyone's like facing the thing, that's a different story. So that's what we're more talking about today, and our different rituals, our different expectations, faux pas, maybe weird stuff we've seen. And that's going to be today on More Than Metal with John and Billy. I guess
Yeah.
is that what I'm saying? All right. Well, we're going to go kick over an opener and we will be right back.
Go Tucker.
Billy,
Yeah.
what are you listening to?
Uh, so I have actually been revisiting a favorite hip hop album of mine. Came out about almost 10 years ago now,
Mm,
actually.
mm,
Are you familiar with Flatbush Zombies?
no.
So they're not huge,
Mm,
but they're kind of they're an East Coast rap group.
okay.
And they released an album.
That
Well,
was
it's
what
an
was the
album
band again? What was it called? Flatfoot.
Flatbush Zombies. They have an album called 3001: A Laced Odyssey, which great name.
That's
Um,
pretty good.
one of my favorite kind of like pocket pick rap albums. Usually I'm a
Mm,
West Coast rap kind of guy, but this is East Coast. Um, and I came across this when I was like, well, when I was like 16, 17,
mm.
because of its album
Whale
cover.
tyke.
Yes, yeah, when I was a little creature. I
A
fell in
little
love with
Billy.
the album
A little
cover.
Billy. Sorry,
Yes,
I got to say little Billy. I'm sorry, I had to say that
you
shit.
have to. I would highly recommend checking out that album. It's really, really, really good. It's a little bit spooky, and I think that's really, I mean, that's a big credit in my eyes. And
Oh
it's also
yeah.
got a banger album cover.
Okay. Okay.
I think you should check it out right now. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's I'm not the quote unquote scary stuff's not really so like foreign to me. I back in listening to like industrial like goth music, I had
Yeah.
this girlfriend that was really into horrorcore like rap.
Mm.
And so like listening to a lot of like Grave Diggers,
Oh.
uh Brother Lynch was definitely played a few times.
Mm.
The kind of ghetto boy stuff like that kind of
Yeah.
occult supernatural weird stuff. But I know some people that are really into grave diggers, and so like that horror, like
Mm.
kind of horror, scary rap is. I grew up with it a little
It's
bit here, not I
yeah.
wasn't ever really big into it, but it's an interesting kind of phenomenon, and
Mhm.
I definitely have a lot of respect for that stuff. That's really cool.
It's
Um,
not scary in
mhm.
itself. It's just got some of the beats are a little just like eerie and spooky
Oh,
and like
okay,
kind of
okay, so they put some
ill
overtones
like
in
that.
there,
It's pretty good.
little
I
vibes.
really like
Okay,
it.
I'm into
The
that.
vibes are a little spooky.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Um, I finally
Yeah.
got off
What
my
if?
butt
Yeah.
and started listening to this set of records I picked up. And so there's a label called Gondolin Records or Gondolin. So like as in like the Lord of the Rings shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they put out a set, a vinyl bundle of 5 records with some art prints that were kind of cool. Uh, Not too long, just like a few months ago. And I picked up all those and I hadn't listened to them until recently, and it's just straight up dungeon synth.
That's
It's
fucking rad.
I'll put the image of it in the chat there. That's what the bundle looks like. It's 5 records, came with a bag and everything, and I've been listening to
Oh wow.
Mario Lude. It's Mario Lude like that Welsh tradition where like the horse head and Christmas stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was listening to the Tears of Blood, uh, Mystiska Skogan, Moth Tower, and Arcana Liturgia. I was listening to these albums. They're pretty good. Like it was good. Gondolin
That was
Records put out some
awesome.
good stuff. Yeah, it was a fun little bundle, and I was like, it was reasonably priced. I think I paid for the ship with all that was like maybe like $120 for all of it. But it's 5 records. It comes with a bag. Comes with some like actual like hand pulled prints.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
the albums look really cool. I really dug the kind of lo-fi of it. But I really really liked this. I've been listening to that a bit, and I haven't had like time to really sit down and listen to Dungeon Synth as much. I don't listen to it in my car.
Mm.
That's actually one thing. I don't listen to Dungeon Synth in the car. I feel like I'd be put to sleep behind the wheel.
Yeah. You kind of want that's like speed run to highway hypnosis. Like I don't know
Yeah,
if you want
yeah. I
that.
don't. Yeah, you want to listen to some speed metal. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The price on, if you're curious, what I paid for with shipping from there was 120 euros.
That is
It's
really
not
not
terrible. not terrible.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
And they I know that Out of Season got the individual copies, so you
Mm,
can go pick up all the stuff too. But they're if you want to get them domestically, but they're really cool album covers. They look very
they're
simple, and you
very
go check them
pretty.
all out. They're very pretty.
Speaking of cool
Um,
album covers,
yeah, speaking of cool album cover, yeah. So it was cool stuff though. But I was really been listening to that, and it's kind of like when I've been painting miniatures, working out, cleaning, doing dishes, stuff like that. I just kind of put that on and just listen to it. I will say it's pretty varied. Some of them are very, very like lo-fi-ish, and other ones were like one actually had some vocals on it, which I was a little surprised at, but very like very few and far between vocals. Like you're talking, there's maybe like on one side, all 25 minutes, there's maybe like 90 seconds of vocals.
hmm.
And that's kind of interesting when they splice that stuff in. So I really enjoyed this one. I just really enjoyed this. I was listening to The Future King by Mary Lou, which I'm probably mispronouncing because I don't do the Welsh stuff too well. But
You
um,
know, I am not either. So
yeah, it's give me some good German words and I'll pronounce them, but I can't do this.
there we go.
Yeah. But anyways, so that's kind of where I am at with my listening. But speaking of let's go talking about concerts
Yeah.
and kind of how we go and rituals and everything. So I think one of the things to think about with concerts is the first thing to think about when you're going to one is getting there, just
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Now,
kind of that's the worry is usually getting there and getting
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
transport, the
and
commute.
and making the first thing to do is one, make sure you know how you're gonna get there, but then two,
Yes.
make sure you have your means to get inside the concert. So I have
Yeah.
I right now it's been a lot easier just because of like electronic tickets are super
Mhm.
easy PDFs. A lot of people just I literally have them open up an email and just have them scan the code in the email and that's it. That's all I do.
That's usually just what I do. If it's like one of those digital concert
Yeah.
tickets, I haven't used a physical concert ticket in like a long time, actually. If it's
I've
one of
used
the
a
digital
few,
ones,
very few, but yeah.
yeah, I've got a few physical concert tickets on my wall. But for the most part, it's usually just
Yeah.
PDFs and
Just
apps
your
and
PDF or an app. The
that
apps are
bullshit.
annoying. I actually hate the apps. Like I had to use the Access app to go to concerts at the Warfield.
Oh gosh.
Or big, I hate using Access. I always take it off as soon as I take it off my phone as soon as I get done
I
because
just had to go, I just went to the Intuit Dome. Have you
Mhm.
been to that
No.
venue? I would highly recommend if there's a show you like there, I would highly recommend giving it a second opinion. Um, the Intuit Dome, rough. That is a rough venue. It is very, very current and high tech. At a Bring Me the Horizon show, they were turning people away at the gate for having chains on their pants
Uh,
and making them either throw them
yeah.
away or leave.
Yeah, that's a whole thing too, is like so not just getting
Yeah.
there, but also making sure like check out what the venue rules are. I've been to venues that like don't give a they don't check shit.
Oh
Um
yeah.
and I've been to venues that like really pat people down.
Oh yes.
And
This was
it
one of them.
yeah, and I've seen some venues like get upset over a belt buckle.
It
Um
was that. It was like anything that looked like a chain.
yeah.
Sorry, dude. If you need your pants to stay up and just so happen to have a funny looking belt,
Yeah.
sorry, go put that in the
I've
car. It's
seen
like,
ones where like yeah, you can't bring your spike jacket in here. I've seen people that had like a metal patch on their jacket weren't allowed to come in.
whoa,
I've seen certain heavy zippers even been banned. That was trippy.
damn.
Like a really like it was like a thick zipper.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
no, can't have that. And I was like, okay, so it's you want to check the venue before you go in to make sure like I said, getting into the venue can be a real problem. And
Yes.
I'll say this as so a lot of my early concert going experiences were with my college girlfriend who was disabled and either basically came to the concert in a wheelchair or had crutches. And we had
Mhm.
several times where crutches were an issue.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme. And they're like, you know, you could hit someone with it or something like that. And the thing is to
Yeah, cool. We
understand is
also
that
needed
like,
to walk and to
well, we
get
also have to get in the
around.
concert. Now, to be clear, I did watch her once hit someone with a crutch at the Susan the Banshee show we went to. I did see her hit someone with a crutch. That guy deserved it. And it was better her
It's
hitting
a
him than
super
me
good reason, I guess.
for good
Maybe.
reason. It was a dick.
Good.
And so,
Exception,
but
not the rule.
definitely, yeah, the exception on the rule. But the thing is that like the issue with it is that like it also just like you have to understand the security people are doing their job too, and like not trying to fight, but ask like, hey, can I talk to a supervisor? Can I talk to like, whoever the manager of the hall is about stuff? And if you do have stuff like that going on, like if you have like a disability, a lot of venues have ways to contact them ahead of time. And I've noticed a lot of the apps now too say, do you have accommodations you need? Let us know. And they'll handle you out. So we actually have anytime we went, we would usually check in ahead of time, and it usually wasn't a problem once we learned we could check it. We could kind of check in about disability and accessibility ahead of time. That usually was
That's a
pretty
really
easy.
good idea. Is to
Yeah,
like let
and a
them
lot
know
of
ahead of time.
if you go into like a lot of like even like access stuff like that at the Warfield, they have a thing say, do you need disability tickets? And then they'll specially seat you in certain areas or make sure you can get into the venue. We went to the Fillmore, which is upstairs, and so she had to come in through an elevator they have back there. And
Mm.
so it's a kind of a thing, and as long as you let them know, they can get you in there really no problem. We did it once on the fly, and they were cool about it. But like if you let them know ahead of time or attach it to the ticket, they make it really simple. Because the ticket will scan and it'll pop up saying this person needs whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of it is just kind of being conscious. But I think the thing with conscious and what we're trying to get at here with people is it's like you don't just roll up to it.
No.
It
I
isn't
mean,
like it isn't
yeah.
like I just want to go to McDonald's right now. I can go to McDonald's no problem. It's not an issue for me. But this
Yeah.
is like you need to kind of prep yourself a little bit. So make sure you can get in the venue. Make sure you don't. The same girlfriend, I will say though, they went to her and some of her friends. They were here in the Central Valley, so like Modesto area, and they had tickets to go see Morrissey in fucking San Jose. They got to the venue and realized they forgot their physical tickets and
Oh.
had to drive back like an hour and a half, go there, and they only got to catch about 45 minutes of Morrissey set, which is probably long for a Morrissey set, from what I understand. But so
I
yeah,
would that would ruin my night. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. So being conscious that you have everything, do a checklist. The other thing on checklist too to bring with you, because not all venues guarantee it, is, and I'm going to tell everybody this like up front, earplugs. Bring ear protection.
Fucking
If you
earplugs.
were, and it's the fucking worst thing I will see at like venues is especially if people bring their children and don't bring ear protection for them.
Oh
That
my
pisses me
God.
off. That fucking pisses me off. Now I
It
get the
yeah.
little kid earplugs for a little kid is hard. You can get earmuffs. You can get like the things they use for like chainsaws. You can go to the hardware store and get that
Yeah.
shit. There's specialty stuff. There's so many ways to preserve your hearing. I am terrified of losing my hearing. My
If you want
dad,
to keep enjoying
I want to
shows.
keep on enjoying shit. My dad's
Yeah.
hearing's really bad, and it's all because he was using chainsaws and shit without
Mhm.
ear protection. And so like, I'm really like hesitant to do that stuff. And so I always have earplugs. Um, and I prefer earplugs over like the kind of earbuds that people use
Yeah.
because the earplugs tend to like fill up the ear a little bit better and block out more sound. Where earbuds, the reusable ones are nice, they're reusable, but they don't block out quite the sound I find unless they're custom. If you pay for it, yeah, you can get some really nice ones.
I the ones that I usually go to shows with are pretty custom and they're very, very nice. They're kind of like molded, what the molded
Yeah,
ones. Those are really good. I took way too long to start wearing
yeah,
ear protection at shows. And I grew up going to shows, so that's not a good thing. I've been
no,
to a lot of shows and too many of them had just my unprotected ears. And I think I've already started to feel a little bit of the effects of that.
yeah,
Um, so yikes. Use ear protection.
yeah.
It's
So
cool.
can't,
Protecting yourself is cool.
and it doesn't matter what concert you think you're going to, guys. You don't know how
Yeah.
loud it's going to be until you get there. I've been to concerts I thought were going to be louder or lower. So that's a big thing as well. The next thing to think about before you go to a concert is this. Are you going to buy merch? And if you are, make sure you have a way to
Oh,
tote it around.
oh God. Not every merch stand has a bag.
I'm going to tell you one of the best things you can bring is, yeah, they're not always going to give you a bag. A lot of them do not have bags.
Mhm.
Bring a tote bag. Get like a little canvas tote bag. I've
And if
never been
they,
to. I
yeah,
will say like as much as some dickheads I've ever seen it like some like in terms of security rules. I've never been to one where like they couldn't bring a canvas bag in,
yeah. Because
especially
that
if
one
it's
you can
folded
just
up.
turn inside out and be like, there's
Yeah,
nothing
and
fucking
I
in
would
here.
have it like folded up in my pocket. I'd be like, yeah, it's just a canvas bag. Okay, it's folded up. There's nothing in it, right? They're pretty
Yeah.
cool with that shit. So, um,
If it's one of
that
those like fold ones that like gets like full, like you can fold up
yeah,
really small, game changer.
yeah,
Total
game
game
changer.
changer.
Like
Yeah.
the ones that have a bag for they have their own little bag they go into a little
Yes.
drawstring.
Yes. Yes.
Those are
Yes. Yes.
cool too.
Yes.
So something to carry your shit around makes a big difference. Because I've gone to shows and like had to like I bought like a record and I had to carry the fucking record around and it's like you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
damage it pretty quickly if you're not careful. So
There was a while ago that I went to a Coheed and Cambria show,
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. They had like blankets
Mm-hmm.
at the merch stand, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get one."
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I was carrying a blanket
yeah,
around. I
yep,
eventually like started like wearing it like on my back.
yep.
Um, I regret doing that. I think it got pretty dirty, and I
Yeah.
had to wash it like 3 times in a row. A bag would have saved my ass for real.
No, it's true. So those was kind of the things, and like venues, they're not gonna let you bring any kind of water or drink in.
No.
They might let you, some might let you bring baby formula in if you're bringing baby formula. I've seen that, but like it really depends. So make sure you know the ages, make sure you know the rules, check all that stuff ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then like you're getting there, make sure you try to arrive. Like I always try to arrive when like doors are opening.
That's a
Maybe
good
maybe
idea.
like 10 minutes before doors open a little bit. Some places will let you in early, some places won't. I love going to venues that have a bar attached because they will bars if they have a bar attached,
Yes.
they will let you in early.
Yes.
They will
To
let you
go
in
and
early.
spend money for
They'll
alcohol.
let you spend money for alcohol. That's one thing I like about like DNA Lounge is like they have DNA Pizza next to it. So like you go into the
Yeah.
venue for DNA Pizza, so they're like, hey, hang on this pizza parlor where you'll probably buy pizza and beer
Mm-hmm.
before you even get into the venue. So it's like it's not a bad deal. Like make sure
Mm.
you kind of like, look, check your food places too around there. I always try to eat before I go into a venue.
That's an incredibly good idea.
Yeah. My stop is, and this is like my big ritual and why I've never
Mm.
died, and I will not die if I as long as I do this every time I go to a concert.
Real
Is I go eat at this place called Nations, which is kind of a chain in the Bay Area.
nice.
It is a they do for those who aren't familiar, they're a small chain. They do basically breakfast burgers and pies, and it's a hell of a combo.
I dig that
It's
place.
really good, yeah. And you basically, I go and I usually get like a 1 egg or a 2 egger. So that is, you get like 1 egger is basically like 1 egg, serving of hash browns, two strips of two bacon or two sausage, your choice, a piece of toast. And it gives you good carbs, it gives you good protein, and that way you got some energy for the concert, but you're not eating a bunch of sugar. That's a
Eat
mistake too.
something. It's
Yeah,
very
you
good to eat something.
and that's a good amount of like solid like unprocessed protein.
Yeah.
I get eggs over easy and some bacon, and then like actual like wheat toast and some hash browns. It'll soak up the alcohol if you're gonna drink. You won't feel ill unless you like you. I'd have to drink a lot to feel sick on that, like having that in my stomach.
Yeah. As
Um,
long as it's like maybe if you don't have the means and the opportunity for it, that's I mean that's fine. But like
yeah,
trying to get some like some good food and
yeah.
not like yeah
Don't eat a bunch of Doritos.
pizza
Don't
and
eat a
beer
bunch of
is
processed crap.
fine.
Like yeah,
But if you
bread
like
and protein,
have a
baby.
yeah
Bread and protein.
you want some carbs, fiber, and
Yeah.
protein. That's what you want. Keep yourself full and keep yourself like able to
And not a lot
drink
of
stuff.
sugar because you're gonna
No, sugar will
crash.
fuck you up.
You're gonna crash and like sugar and eating a bunch of sugar with like alcohol is a fucking date. If you're gonna drink, it's really bad.
Yeah,
I don't like energy drinks because like they'll crash you out.
yeah.
That's why I think DNA Pizza is smart because like one they have straight up like vegan pizza. I will say this though, my friend and I made the mistake. We're not vegan and we ate vegan cheese pizza and that was a fucking mistake because on the way home we were not feeling good.
Hmm.
Our stomachs were not ready for it. But pizza's a really good pregame thing. Like you can get some protein and some like carbs in there. So stuff like that's really good. But yeah, stay away from
Yeah,
sugar. Um, so yeah, you get there, just get in line. You'll find out which line's the right line. That's a big thing. A lot of venues will have multiple lines. There might
hmm
be a line for will call. There might be a line for like VIPs or guests or have like certain types of tickets. Double check the lines. Ask people, what line are you in? Is this the line for that? People are pretty cool if you ask them that stuff. This is the line for
Oh yeah,
we're in like, and they might even say like, I'll be like, well, I know I'm in the line for this right now. I don't know what that other line is what I'll tell people.
yeah.
And that's cool. So like, and get in line, and talk to people. Be like, hey, how you doing, man? You hear the new
I love
album?
talking to people in
Oh yeah, man.
the lines for concerts. Okay. I'm the kind of person who I will talk to people in public, and if I just meet someone on the street, I'm happy to talk to them. I have never had like a bad experience talking with someone outside of a concert venue. I mean, as long as I like suss them out, right, and they don't look
Yeah.
like they actively want to kill me, like
Uh-huh.
that's yeah. I've usually made friends, and
Oh
sometimes I
yeah.
spend the whole fucking like time with them, and we hang out and talk. And sometimes I get their like handles on like social media or their number, and we hang out and talk. But like, yeah, make some friends. It's good,
Yeah. And you see someone like
especially if you're there alone.
Yeah, if you're alone, if you see people that are like in like a different like they have like a unique shirt on, oh band that you don't really see too often, like you don't know anyone's really into that band, ask them, let them know, hey, like
Oh yeah,
that thing rules. I get the one I get a lot is I have my battle vest has this huge Atlantean Codex patch on it. It's like 14 inches tall.
that's so cool.
It's big as shit, yeah. And like people, oh man, you're like Atlantean Codex rules. I'm like, yeah, they fucking rule, man. Like it's not a band that I normally get to talk to people about.
Hmm.
And so I think that like what you're wearing is a good way to break the ice. I
Yeah,
personally will not wear a shirt with like the band I'm seeing that night.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't do that either. I tend to
yeah,
wear one that's kind of marginally related, at least in
yeah.
camera. That's
Side
what I
projects are
usually do.
cool. Like if like when I saw Hex Festival, Matt McNerney, who I can't not bring up, I wore a Mansion shirt, which is a band he's worked with. It's not a project of his, but it's a band he's worked with.
Yeah,
And like just kind of like that nod. Like if I went to a High on Fire show and you wore a sleep shirt, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like you can do that.
that's a cool one.
That's a solid one. But I don't wear the band itself shirt there. And I'm also this is also me personally. So when I saw Electric Wizard, it was at Slim's old ages show,
Oh, cool.
and there was a guy there with his like fucking 9-year-old. Right
Wow.
now, the 9-year-old he bought the 9-year-old like an Electric Wizard shirt, and the 9-year-old was wearing it.
That's
I
cool.
almost called CPS on that guy for child abuse because like you don't wear the shirt that you got at the show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but like I think like because then like you see everyone wearing the same shirt. I saw that at Castle Rat a bunch. Now, what I'm going to be clear is I don't think people are doing that to be fashionable. I think they're doing it because they don't want to carry the shirt. Like I think
that's so fucking valid. I
yeah,
get it.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I see it. I see
Um,
it a lot when I went to that last the Intuit Dome show. When I
mhm.
went to go see Bring Me the Horizon, it was just a sea of the same shirt. And they're good shirts, right? Because what's his name? Ollie Sykes is the front man, and he has like a fashion label, and like
Hmm.
there's a clear effort to make the shirts good, like it's good
Yeah.
merch. Um, but seeing him everywhere is a little interesting. I wouldn't do that myself. I've done it before because I don't want to carry it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'll usually roll it. My vest. So my uh, I want to make sure I'm very clear here. My battle vest is a gun vest, meaning that it's meant to hold like a firearm, like hold like a pistol in it. I'm not carrying a pistol in the venue, to be clear. But I have a really cool like pocket on the inside of my vest. It's a great place to wrap up a shirt and put it in.
yeah,
Like it's a great
that's
pocket. I will say if you want to have a nice battle vest, get a gun vest. It sounds bizarre, but
gun
like
pocket. Yeah,
yeah,
those are good
it's a nice
ones.
pocket because it's nice and kind of low, and you can get something pretty big in there. And it's great for like you roll up a t-shirt and put it in there. It'll be there all night, no problem.
Mhm.
Um,
You can like even like you can put more than just a shirt in there too.
oh yeah, you get quite a bit. Yeah, yeah. It's meant for like a small firearm. Like you could get like a pistol in there. Basically, is what the point of it is. But
Don't bring
it's
a
for
pistol
don't bring a
into a
pistol.
concert
No,
venue.
no,
Don't do
no,
that.
no, no. Uh,
Mm-mm.
they but yeah, stuff like that. So the thing about how you're gonna carry stuff out, merch too. Like you have to ask stuff on merch. Like when do you want to buy merch? So the trick to that
Yeah.
is, oh my god. So the Castle Rat show I just went to, like the merch line was stupid. Like it was like an insane. It went across like it actually like snaked. It snaked along the So if you're looking at the stage straight ahead, it snaked along the venue that way and then went all the way across the venue. So like,
Yikes.
it was huge. And people were buying merch. That's great. They sell a lot of merch. I mean, Castle Rat. I am positive that Castle Rat is making most of their money on merch. Like I don't think
I
it's record
would.
sales. I think they're making most of their money on merch. I can guarantee they're making more on merch than they make on Spotify.
Yeah.
And so like ask yourself, do you want to buy merch before the show, during the show, or after the show? Now, before the show, if you can get there early, it's actually not bad. The line's not too bad. I tend to buy merch. I will go and buy merch when other bands are playing.
That's also unfortunately what I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's also kind of fine as long as you're there for a little bit of that band
Hmm.
playing.
Hmm.
Like it's just kind of common decency to like if you're going to see a headliner, right? Like go support
Now,
the other
buying
bands. Like
merch during the headliners, I've actually snuck out and bought merch during the headliner. Or
I've
what
done
I'll
that
do
too.
is,
Yeah.
or what I'll do is like, I'll be like, all right, I need to go to the bathroom during the headliner. Like, I saw
Mhm.
Halloween. Halloween's gonna play like a 2.5 hour set, right?
Oh yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom at some point. So
Yes.
I go to the bathroom and then I stop by the merch booth on the way back. No one's there. And there's not a
It's
whole lot of
gonna
people
be
there.
real slow.
Yeah, it's gonna be real slow. So like that, there's kind of approaches like that. You have to think about tactically.
Yes.
Um, Castle Rat, I will say this: buying merch after the show is a nightmare. You will not get
Oh,
home,
don't do that. Don't
especially
do that.
if you have to catch a bus or a train. Don't do that.
You'll be screwed.
Buy it during like an opener, buy it during the headliner, try to get it early, but yeah, don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is I just ask your, I need you to ask your mother for forgiveness for me saying this. Um, so if you go to see like a big band, like a mainstream band, like at a big venue, I learned this when I saw Nine Inch Nails in Vegas back in like 2000. My sister was like, "Hey, give me a shirt at Nine Inch Nails," and I was like, "Okay, I'll give you a shirt at Nine Inch Nails." I hadn't been to like a arena show ever, so I go buy my sister for the Fragile a shirt. They were $50
Yeah.
in 2000, which was nuts. Even now that's extreme,
That's
but like,
crazy.
but in 2000 it was $50. I was like, okay, so I bought her the shirt. I'm walking out of the venue. And there's all these people selling bootleg Nine Inch Nails stuff, including an identical shirt to that, and they were asking like $20 for it. I will say this: sometimes the bootleg merch can be the way to go. And I will say is that Nine Inch Nails shirt was not worth $50. It was not that high quality of a print. So I'm just saying,
this is the most controversial thing I think you've said on the podcast yet.
yes. I will say this: I own a lot of. I have I think what do I have bootleg wise? I have like some older band bootleg stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have bought a few. I have bought a few vintage shirts here and there. I have like bootleg Judas Priest shirts.
Nice.
And what it comes down to is that like there's guys out there that print better than whoever does official Judas Priest stuff.
And
Like
sell it for half as much?
well, and sell it for half as much, but like they'll get like the yellow and gray, like it's a yellow sleeve with a gray raglan for like a Screaming for Vengeance design, which
Yeah.
looks dope. And I want that kind of like that color coordination, but the band itself isn't putting merch out that looks like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, there's some stylistic things. And so like, it is kind of controversial, but I will say this on some stuff. I will be like, it is a big deal. Now, I'm not saying buy like a bootleg Castle Rat shirt. I'm not saying go buy a bootleg sword shirt. There's actually a shit ton of bootleg sword stuff out there, actually, I found. But I have been to shows where like there was better merch on the corner and outside the venue than there was inside the venue.
That's really funny.
And Nine Inch Nails was my first experience with that ever.
And did you get one?
I bought the $50 shirt for my sister. I didn't know there would be bootleg merch outside.
Oh,
And-
I guess that makes sense, right?
And my sister would have like I told my and it was funny because when I was like, yeah, that's $50. Give me $50. My sister was like, fuck you, I'm gonna give you $50. The shirt wasn't $50. I was like, yeah, it was $50. And she didn't believe me. And she didn't
Yeah.
so do you see kind of what I'm saying? I'm just like, where if I got her the bootleg shirt, she would not have known. So I'm just saying that's a controversial thing. I don't know what the answer is. I really don't know what the answer is on it. But yeah, in 2000, like I've seen where like a band shirt's like $75 for a t-shirt. And I was like, dude, that's a rough one. But and I will say the people who are selling the bootleg stuff, they're usually like, we'll say, they're very working class, we'll say. And they're usually also selling you hot dogs outside the venue, which are much better than the ones inside the venue too. So.
Yeah, I will say, especially in LA, we call those danger dogs.
Oh, they're great. I fucking love them.
Here's the thing. I don't have pork, so I don't really eat hot dogs. But when I did, I never got sick from them.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who has gotten sick from them.
Yeah.
It's probably cleaner than going to like a fucking Arby's or like somewhere else. I guarantee you'll probably
unless Arby's wants to sponsor this podcast, but go on.
Oh, sorry, Arby's. Yeah. Sorry, maybe the 7-Eleven hot dogs or something.
Oh yeah,
those are fucked up. Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, here, I want to hear your perspective on my bootleg story and my bootleg approach. I'm very open in this regard. Yes. I want to say I'm very open. I'm not condoning. I'm just saying like practically for some of us, like for $50 for me back when I was 19, that was a shit ton of cash.
Yes,
that was the same. That was so for me for $50 was me to be able to go and buy 4 CDs.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of money back then.
So if you don't have the monetary means to get an expensive shirt, yeah, like just go for a bootleg. Like if you can't afford it, if you truly can't afford it and really want a shirt, like
Yeah.
great, do it. I'm not gonna knock you for saying like, hey, I don't have enough money for that. Like, great.
Yeah.
I've gone to shows and I've actually gone to shows where I didn't have enough to buy a shirt myself.
Mm,
And when I go outside and I see the bootleg, I didn't buy it, and I regret that. I
mm,
sometimes I regret it because I'm like, is this like my principles and morals getting in the
mm,
way of
mm,
me getting a shirt?
mm,
And like, because the way I see it is that like you're not supporting the band, but you've just
mm.
gone to go see them, though they even probably don't make that much money from the ticket sales.
Yeah.
And the merch stand is really where a lot of bands make a lot of money. If it's
Sure.
like a bigger band, like if it's Iron Maiden or like Nine Inch Nails, I don't think you not buying a shirt will make that big of a difference.
No. No.
Um, yeah, if like you're going to see fucking Taylor Swift, bootleg it. Get a bootleg shirt. I don't, yeah.
It
But
doesn't.
if you're going to see like your friend's band
Yeah.
who's
Oh, for
playing their
sure.
third show ever, like maybe if you can buy
Yeah.
a
No, for
shirt, buy a
sure.
shirt. Like
100%.
use your best judgment and kind of like, yeah, if you want to really, really support the band in
Oh,
some
100%.
way, shape, or form. If like maybe don't even get a shirt if you don't want one. Maybe get like a patch or a few
Patch is a
stickers or
good way to go
something.
too.
Yeah,
I have gotten some really really good patches
yeah.
in the
Me
past.
too. I
Yeah,
So
very
here's my
inexpensive.
confession.
I also, oh, by the way, patches are very
Oh
easy to carry in your pocket.
yes, they're super easy. My confession is that I don't have a battle jacket.
Okay.
I have so many fucking patches that are
Mm.
just ready to go onto a battle jacket, but I
Mm.
don't have one because I'm really picky with the cut and like what how it sits and like the fit of it. So I
Mm.
I've been looking for a good one.
It took me a while to find one. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it took
Yeah,
me a while to find one. But
yeah,
it's a great way to like bridge like the gap and to show what you're into
yeah.
and
Oh
represent.
yeah,
And I think it's cool. But yeah, the merch thing is a whole game to play, and you have to be really careful with it. And I
very
think
much
just
so.
use your best judgment and the
Yes.
like.
And that's kind of like a really like prevailing theme for going to a show is just use your best judgment.
Yeah.
Like you're I believe in you. You're smart. You're wise enough to use your best judgment at a show. Um, that kind of and that that brings me to the mosh pit, which
Oh,
is a
okay. Tell me,
very
now I want to be clear. I haven't done a mosh pit. The last time I did a mosh pit, I lost a filling, got knocked out, so I stopped.
oof, yeah. I have. It's been a little bit since I've been in a mosh pit. I think the last time I was in a mosh pit was at a Sleep Token show,
Mm.
and that was great. That was like a religious experience. Um, but it's I have seen a lot of mosh pits that I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I wasn't in that one. Like I've seen some
Oh yeah.
stinky mosh pits, or I guess not seen, but like smelled.
Yeah.
I've seen some violent mosh pits,
Oh yes.
and the best kind of mosh pit is the one where people are just there to have a good time.
Okay.
And if somebody goes down, you pick them right back up.
Hmm.
That at least I see that normally, like most of the
Hmm.
time. Um, some of the things that I think, if you're gonna mosh, there's some stuff you got to remember. Please, God, wear deodorant. Please, it's not hard, and none of that fucking natural deodorant. If you're going to a show, get some fucking aluminum under your arms for real. Um, and I think my number one cardinal sin of the mosh pit is like, don't throw elbows, dude. Don't be fucking throwing
Nah,
elbows
keep
like
those
your
elbows
life
down, dude.
depends on it. You're gonna knock someone's filling out.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt someone, and you don't want to do that. Like, sure, like knocking into people and like kind of bumping shoulders. That's fine. That's probably not gonna hurt anybody unless something goes horribly wrong. But
Yeah.
make sure you and everybody else are having a good time by
Yep.
not fucking someone up,
Yeah,
right?
I want to say this about like so I've sometimes in the pit or just sometimes in the just in the crowd. yeah, I've seen people like try to have a good time at the expense of others. I remember the last time I really had a physical altercation with someone at a show was this dude. Like I was standing next to this girl. I didn't know her. She was like, but she was like not very tall. She was like maybe like 5'1", 5'2".
Mhm.
And I was standing behind her because I'm like, I'm not gonna try to stand in front of her. And this dude, someone came up behind the crowd. And he's just trying to get through. I'm like, all right, he's trying to get through to his people, right? Well, like he just like literally like fucking just threw her out of the way. And
That's fucked up.
like and like, I was like, you know, kind of pissed. So I picked her up and I was like, hey, you okay? You cool? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. All right, cool. And then the dude like he like left or something like that or whatever. He's either going to the bathroom or going to get a drink or whatever it is. So he comes through again and is just rampaging through her and he's going to go through her again. And I was like, nope. I grabbed him and pulled him back and I was like, no, that's not the way we're doing it, dude. Like, so it's like,
Yeah, good on you.
yeah, like that's not the way we're doing it. He's getting pissed with me, and the girl's like, dude, you're a fucking like I could hear her scream, you're a fucking asshole, fuck you, and all this shit. And the dude's like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, go around or fucking figure out another way, but don't be pushing through people. And
Hmm.
like, and security sees us and they come over and they're like, they saw him earlier and the security people on the stage, they know who's doing stupid shit in the audience.
Yeah.
Um, so like, I don't think they bounced him, but they had I know they pulled him out and had a conversation with him at least. I don't know if they bounced
Yeah.
him, but I think they had a conversation with him. And so that just kind of happens.
It happens. Yeah.
But so yeah, just be conscious of other people. Don't be a dick.
You're not going to the
Understand.
show alone. Like you're not there alone,
Yeah,
right? Like there are other people there.
yeah, yeah,
And again, use your best judgment, right? And if that's not enough, don't be an asshole.
yeah. Don't be an
That's kind of
asshole.
just it.
So yeah, and make sure like if you've had enough in the pit, just say you've had enough and walk out, man. Just
Yeah.
walk out. And people, if they're not gonna let you out, they're being dicks. But like people will let you out. Like you're cool.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing I was gonna say too is just like pace yourself. One thing I have had to do recently, and this is the last like year and a half, especially in San Francisco, it's getting really fucking annoying. So classically, I'd bring about $100 cash to like a venue just to have for merch, to have
Yeah.
for like to buy drinks. A lot of the venues now in Frisco are no longer taking cash for drinks at the bar.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one, I hate that because I am less likely to tip.
Hmm.
Because it's a little more tricky for me to tip now. Um, and also I don't know if my tips are going to that person right there on the spot. And so I've had some issues with that.
That's why I
Um,
usually like prefer cash too.
yeah, and I will say like merch booths tend to prefer cash.
Yeah.
Especially if they're out of towners, if they're small bands, they prefer cash. Like it's a lot better, there's less fees on it and everything. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think you got to like this kind of planning stuff like that too, and everything. But we started talking about the faux pas.
Yeah. I
Um,
we've kind of
we
naturally
kind of
made our
naturally
way
gone into
there.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that um, faux pas I've seen. And this is like real shit, not like you wore the T-shirt of the band or whatever. Okay, you do
That's
that
fine.
shit.
That's forgivable.
That's
That's
like,
like
well, that's just like what the fuck ever. You're just. I think you're doing a disservice to yourself, not to everybody else.
yeah,
Um,
you're not actively doing a disservice to anybody around you unless that person is like such an elitist that you wearing the shirt to the
yeah.
show is like,
Um,
oh, my
I think when
sensibilities.
the faux pas is like really openly talking shit about opening bands, I've seen
Yeah, that's
that.
fucked up.
I've gone back to into others opening for King Diamond's situation where those guys were just being dicks. That's really not cool. That tells people we don't want to be around you. I think like trying to get on stage if the band's not into it is really bad. I've seen some
Hmm.
venues where like people get on stage and everything. I've been pulled on stage. That Velvet Christ show I've talked about, I got pulled onto stage. So they started pulling people from the front who were up. Basically, if you were at the front of the venue for like the whole show, they pulled during the last song. They pulled people on stage. They were in the front.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and this had us dance
Nice.
and it was cool. Um, but like and the only time I've ever like gone and jumped on stage was like at my friends' shows that like who knew me and were like pointing me out and were like egging me on to get on stage with them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they're inviting me on. I'm gonna do that. A lot of places that will be the end of your night. They will
Yeah.
bounce you from the venue. Some places are pretty cool about it. The thing about it is you don't know what the policy on it is until it actually happens. And some bands will just accept it. Emperor accepted it. They were cool and people jumped on the stage. They were fine with it. But like the bouncers didn't let people get very far, and then just kind of pulled them off the side. It was pretty easy. Some guys are like, nope, this ain't gonna happen. Um, so be conscious of doing that, but don't crowd surfing. Only do it if like the venue's gonna be cool with it, or if like people are cool with it. Some places
Yeah.
that will be the end of your night. Um,
Also, if you're crowd surfing, you have made that choice. It is
yeah.
your responsibility to make sure that you don't fucking
I
hurt
yeah,
someone.
don't hurt someone, and also you accept that like people are going to be putting their hands all over your body. You don't know
Yes.
where. Um, it is. I'm not saying like people are going to try to, but they might try to cop a
Be
feel or some
conscious of
shit.
it.
But I'm also like their hand also like if someone's legs are over my head and I push up on them, I'm sorry, my hand can slip and grab you by the dick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it might happen. So don't be mad if someone does it. I'm like, it's just kind of like you don't know what's gonna happen. You're putting your faith in a bunch of strangers.
Yes.
Um,
That's yeah.
and so be conscious of that. I'm not saying what they're doing is right or wrong. I'm just saying like you have taken your own fate into your hands.
Yeah.
Um,
And you can also potentially be hurting
people,
people
yeah,
around
yeah.
you. I have had a crowd surfer um like one of the shows that I was actually at pretty recently. There was a crowd surfer who kind of like I didn't even see where he came from, but
Hmm.
he must have like snapped his leg like straight after it being bent and like smacked me right in the back of the head. Yeah, it was not fun. Like ears ringing and like that bullshit. That's not good. So just make
Nah.
sure you don't fucking hurt people.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is a big thing. I think if you want to dance, make sure you're in a space you can dance to. Like
Yes.
we're not, if it is a seated show, unless everyone's standing up, I don't stand up, man. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
shows people in front, like they're at the front of the fucking like balcony and they're standing up, and I'm like, why? You
If
have
you're
a
in the
good view in the
back,
balcony.
great.
Yeah, if you're the very tip top, yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Um, Other faux pas, man. So the funniest thing about one of the funniest things I've ever seen is the show I've been to where like I saw the most people thrown out. I probably saw 25 people thrown out of the venue.
Holy shit.
Was
That's a
Electric
lot.
Wizard, and they and
Why am I not surprised?
of the 25, like probably 23 of them, it was because of smoking pot in the fucking audience.
Okay, well, yeah, now
The
no.
irony of it all, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Electric Wizard, and so be conscious. Like a lot of venues will bounce you for smoking,
Hmm.
um, and even vaping. At that time, vaping wasn't that popular. This was like 2018, I think, maybe 2017. I
Mm,
can't remember. I can't remember when it was,
yeah.
but maybe 2016. But yeah, there was a lot of people like token up in the on the audience, and they were bouncing people left and right for it. And you would see like someone toke up, and it's like, dude, when you're blazing, like the security officers can see you, like
Yeah.
you light up and like literally light up, and they shine a light on the person and point the guy, and so the security guy come over and grab him and fucking bounce him,
Mhm.
you know. And so like that's and like even smoking in the audience too can be annoying for other people. Like I've seen people blow smoke and just what the fuck ever.
Yeah, someone next to
Um,
you has bad asthma, you have
yeah,
ruined their night. You
yeah,
have
that shit's real
just ruined
bad.
their night.
So
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times. You
Go
know,
outside.
what's that?
Just like go outside.
Go outside.
Go outside, dude.
Some venues have smoking areas. Some places don't. Also check your in and out privileges. That's a big thing at venues.
Yeah.
Some are cool. Some are like, no, you ain't going out. Once you go outside, you're done.
If yeah,
Um,
like I mean, if you're in a state where it's legal, recreationally, like
yeah,
take a walk before you get into the venue, right?
yeah.
Like find a pretty like secluded private area and just kind of yeah,
Yeah, no,
then go
I
then
usually,
go to the venue.
yeah, I'm trying to think any other kind of like faux pas type stuff I see where people really fuck up and just kind of make it a bad time for everybody.
I've
Um,
seen some of the sometimes where like after the show or during another set, some of the artists will be by the merch stand
oh
to
yeah.
like kind of meet people.
Mhm.
Don't be weird. Don't be
No,
weird. Don't be a creep.
no,
Like it's just it's very very easy to not be a creep
yeah.
and just if you want to go and say hi, don't just don't be weird. Just say,
You know
hey,
that what's
love
funny
what
about
you did.
that?
Like, you're great. Thank you.
So what's funny about that is, so when I the first time I saw Castle Rock, I came over to Castle Rock, but like Riley came out to the merch booth during the later band set, and she's in her costume still. And I was like, I was talking to her, and I was like, for those who don't know, she's in a chainmail bikini, effectively.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't think
not
that's
wearing
exact. That's
much.
not exaggeration. It's literally a chainmail
It
bikini.
is. It is.
And I was talking to her, I was like, hey, can I get a photo with you? She's like, cool. And I was like, I didn't put my arm around her or any of that kind of shit, but she put her arm around me, and I was like, okay. And I definitely hovered a little bit on my arm when I kind of should get in there, because otherwise my arm's like straight up against her and shit. It's an awkward
Yeah.
shoulder position. So I kind of put my arm, but like I was trying to, I'm trying to be like conscious of that. And I appreciate her taking the time to do that. And that meant a lot to me. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Like, and I, made sure to talk to her about her music and what's going on and what their projects are, stuff like that too. And congratulations on their Kickstarter, etc. So I kept the topic on conversation, but I wasn't like, oh, you look so good, you're so hot. Like, I wasn't doing that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, don't do
And
that.
but I was just like, trying to keep it on topic and say, your costume looks great. This is fantastic. How did, I maybe could ask about how, how did, I would ask like, are those real metal scales or are they plastic? I mean, that's a genuine question I think you could
Oh
ask.
yeah.
Is this made of this or that? Because like, how do you do the costume? Is it that, how heavy is it? Because like, if it actually is a true chainmail bikini, it is fucking heavy.
It's heavy as shit. It's
It's gonna be
all
heavy as
metal.
shit. Right, but if it's like, oh, if you could get plastic scales that look metallic very easily,
Mhm.
and it's hard to tell from a distance. So, but you could ask questions like that, which are,
Yeah.
I think that's an acceptable question to ask someone in a band. How did you do this? Like, how'd you pull this off? Um, I think that's good stuff. So, trying to keep it, cool like that. Keep it about their art. That's a big thing. I
Yeah.
think that's why I try to do with artists. So I try to keep it about the art. Or, I think one of my favorite questions to ask artists on tours is, like, how's the tour going?
That is a really, really good question.
They'll tell you about, oh
Asking,
man, it's fucking
yeah.
great, or they'll be like, oh shit, we had a flat tire last night, it fucking sucked. Oh shit, what happened? Man, you guys get it through? Oh yeah, we got through it, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
It could just treat them like they're fucking human beings, man.
Yeah. And if you have any like good questions like that, ask.
Yeah,
And as
ask
long
them.
as it's not like hyper personal.
Yeah. But
Um,
the how's tour going is a
and
great question, dude. People love that shit.
yeah, they really do. I believe me, they very much love that question. I
Because like, to be clear,
yeah,
asking someone how their tour is going is the same as asking how was work today.
they people love talking about how their day was, and like I have like I think the first time I ever met an artist at a merch stand, I was 17,
Mhm.
and it was Perturbator,
Oh,
James
okay.
Kent, and I was like, oh my god, you're Perturbator,
You're the perturbator.
you're the Perturbator, and I was really fucking nervous, and I think you could tell.
Mhm.
And he's this very like somber, kind of morose dude. He's
Oh
like
yeah, man.
intense.
Morose is a good way to put it.
Yeah. And he kind of looked like he
I've
didn't
never
want to
seen a
be
photo of
there.
that dude happy. Like,
No,
I'm sorry,
I love
another
him.
person. I've never seen a photo of you happy there, James. Man,
No.
I prove me wrong. Prove me
And I
wrong.
exactly. And I'm imagining this guy and sees this fucking 17-year-old dipshit walk
Yeah.
up to him and be like, "Oh my god, is that you were on the stage? I really like your music." I did see him like crack a slight smile,
Uh-huh.
which is that's my claim to fame. I got no, anyways. But yeah, I took a picture of them. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I take a picture with you?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And
Yeah.
we did.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
always ask about photos too, man. Ask
yeah.
taking you're gonna take photos. The guy asked, don't start taking photos of them.
I'll pull up that
Ask.
picture. I gotta show it to you. It's
All
really
right.
funny.
All right.
I tried to make a face like he was making.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Um, no, I think if that's all kind of like a whole thing with it too, is just this like, whoever just be cool about stuff and
Just be
everything.
cool.
So I've had a few where like one of my favorites was I won't get into it, but I had one of my favorite photos I had was there's an artist that I really, really like. She's a singer. She's been in a bunch of bands, industrial bands, Severina Soul, and I really like her. And
Ooh.
I finally got to see her live. I've been a fan of hers for like at that time, like for like 15, 20 years. Never got to see her live, but she came through and played live. And I brought in one of her first albums she ever sang on like a CD and had her sign it. And she was
Whoa.
really cool about it. And I asked her to get a photo. And she's like, cool. And then like while we're taking the photo, I didn't expect it, but she kisses me on the cheek, like really like holds my head and is like kissing me on the cheek.
Whoa.
But I didn't ask for that. And I was just kind of, I'm sitting there smiling with a fucking dumbass grin on my face.
Yeah.
But like, so if you'll do cool stuff like that, it's cool and everything. But
Yeah.
don't ask for weird stuff, etc. I think that's super cool. But they got their methods.
Consent
But
is cool.
consent is cool. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it all. Like in terms of like
Yeah.
just like the whole concert going stuff. I don't think I have a few other things. I have a lot of weird stories, but like I would say the biggest faux pas I've ever seen, and this leads back to the story of my girlfriend at the time hitting the guy with the crutch.
Oh my God,
Biggest
please
faux
tell
pas.
me.
Yeah, so we were seated at the Warfield at these like kind of tables that were for people that are disabled.
Mhm.
And there's some space in front of it where the general audience crowd is, and we made sure to get there early because we got good seats. Like we got one of the better ones, so we could see the concert really clearly. It was near an aisle, so we could get in and out really easily. And we were sitting at this table with like another couple that I think the guy had just had surgery,
Oh
so he
gosh.
couldn't stand for very long, right? So, but he's fine. He's easy going. He just couldn't
Yeah.
stand for like 2 or 3 hours. And this is at Susan the Banshees reunion. This is 2002, I think.
Hmm. Okay.
I have the poster right there. It's 2002. And we're there, and this guy just like stands right in front of us.
Yikes.
Just
That's
stands
fucked
right in front of
up.
us.
That is
And
fucked
so
up.
I got up and I go, hey, like, this is a table for disabled people, man. Like, would you mind moving? He's like, oh, okay. He moves, whatever. The dude comes back. We have a second conversation. Then we have a third conversation because it comes
Oh
back
my
again.
God.
And so the third time, I don't know if he saw me coming back over to him or whatever, but he fucked off. So so that was kind of, I'm like, dude, like, why do you keep on standing here? This is a big ass fucking venue. There's so many places to
There's
stand.
so
And this guy was
there's
like, I should be clear,
other
this guy was like
places.
6'3". He was fucking big.
Oh my
He was
God.
tall. He could go get a lot of spots where he could see easily, but he kept on coming back to this place. I don't know what was the deal. So yeah, that's
How
the
do you
guy
know
that
the
my
balcony without even being up there?
yeah, this is yeah, that's the guy that my girlfriend at the time hit with the crutch on the way out of the venue.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
well, it was funny because I went to the bathroom and came out and she was like she caught him and kind of was talking shit to him like really really cussing him out. And
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But like that was a pretty gnarly like fucking faux
Yeah.
pas. So it's
Like
stuff like
that's
that. It's like you're being a dick, dude. Like,
yeah, like
and
it's
I just went up with, hey man, can you move? Like this is this disabled table. There's like four of us here, man. We're trying to see the show. This is the only place we can see the show from. I'm trying to sit with my girlfriend, you know. And he's like, oh, okay. And then keeps on coming back and making the mistake over and over, or making the choice to do this over and
yeah,
over again.
it's at that first one might be a mistake.
Yeah, I get that.
Second
You don't know
time's
what's
a
going on.
choice.
The second time the choice, and
Yeah.
the third time was like a real, So, anyways,
Third time's just feels
yeah,
malicious
you're
at
being a
that
cock.
point.
You're being a cock.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just use your best judgment.
so that's kind of like the range of faux pas you can go to, but just be conscious of people. I think if you're conscious of people, I think you can really like do good
Yeah.
and not be a cock and be really, really straightforward. Um, with everything and the like. And it's not
Yeah.
hard. It's really not hard.
It's really not difficult as long as you're aware of yourself
Mhm.
and the people around you
Yeah.
and you're giving it that thought. If you're
Yeah.
thinking about it, great, you'll probably be fine. Even giving half a shit is more than none at all.
Yeah.
And that'll go a long way. And just it won't ruin your night to care about other people.
No.
And if you're just like, fuck everybody else, I'm here for me.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. That's where you get
Yeah.
like and like that's where you get people that are doing this shit where like they're throwing shit at the artist, they're throwing stuff up on
Yeah,
stage.
no, don't do that.
I've only ever seen one time ever where people threw shit at the artist on stage and it was fucking legit. And that was at
That was the
House
Joan
Job.
Jett, right?
No, that was
Oh,
like violent. I'm talking like where it was actually cool. And that was so it was that Bill Vasquez show. House Job had opened up, and basically, House Job had like gotten denied the last two tours they tried to do in the U.S. They got denied visas at the Canadian border, or
oh my God.
denied. This is like the 90, like 2000, I think, 2001. And so finally, Daniel Myers, the head guy of House Job, gets to come and play. San Francisco at this time had a very, very like centralized, very active industrial community. And they all knew Daniel from online forums and shit. That stuff was really popping off. And so during one of the songs, like there was about like 40 or 50 people in the audience that participated in this because they all knew Daniel from the forums. He turns his back during one of the songs, like he's like kind of jamming out, whatever it is, right? Like rocking out. and all of a sudden, like 40 people from their pockets produce panties
Oh my
and
god.
throw them on him. And he gets like covered in panties on stage.
That's really funny.
And that's pretty fucking because one, they're not gonna hurt him. Like it's not you're throwing
No.
fucking batteries at the dude. You're throwing change. You're throwing fucking panties on the guy,
Yeah.
and everyone's kind of in on it, you know.
Yeah.
And it was fucking funny. And he turns around and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like he's like,
Yeah.
"What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, I remember he said he's like, I come to your country and this is how you treat me."
Oh my god.
Fucking, you know, it was funny and everyone was laughing, right? But like, you
Yeah.
know, I was like, okay, so they kind of played a joke on him. I feel like if 50 people all of a sudden at one time threw panties at someone on stage, it would be fucking funny.
That is funny.
Like that is
Yeah.
pretty funny. If 50 people threw panties at Rob Halford on stage, he would be fucking laughing.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
he would have a riot. He would never forget that shit.
Oh yeah.
Right. Especially women's panties because the irony of it all. If you've
Yes.
never seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot, there is a very fun line in there where someone asked, "If you saw Rob Halford now, what would you do?" And she's like, "I would jump his bones." And that's a great. It's so good. The context is
Yeah.
so good nowadays, guys.
That's so
Um,
funny.
But yeah, you know, it's stuff like that. So like you can have fun, but like you know, kind of together and don't do it at the expense of other people. Don't do it at the expense of the artist. And I think that's what really comes down to. And go and prep. And when you leave, make sure you know how to contact your friends, get together, have a place to meet up outside if you need to. Tell people where you're going at the venue. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to like the merch booth. I'm gonna go outside and smoke. If you
Yeah.
have friends there, tell people what's going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't ditch your friends. That's
Don't ditch
another
your
one.
friends. Have a plan to save seats. If you guys have seats, make sure you can like kind of sit on them and save on them and
Yeah.
everything. That kind of stuff is good. But look, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
call it on that. That was a lot
We
to talk about
covered
concerts.
it. Yeah, we
There's
covered
a lot
good
to talk
amount.
about. I feel like there's a lot more in concert culture. I feel like we could make this a series, and it'd be
Oh,
interesting
we
to
could
talk to like.
talk about this for hours and hours and hours,
It'd be-
honestly.
I'd love to have some artists and talk about their kind of like what their expectations of
Yeah.
concert stuff is, and you know, we can always talk about wild stories, but it's also fun to talk about the basics of everything.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm John. You can find me anywhere as Only Play Wizards.
Yeah.
That is Billy. Billy, where are they finding you these days?
You can find me at bcrowvo on Instagram, predominantly. I think I have a link in my bio that kind of links to everywhere else that I can be found. But Instagram is primarily the one. And you can also find me on More Than Metal,
More Than Metal.
this podcast.
Which you can find on your favorite streaming sites, however you want,
Yeah.
possibly even in Arby's. All right.
It's hopefully not up to what I
If Billy
said.
if Billy allows us to have it in Arby's, based on
No,
based on
I
your previous
veto
behavior.
it. Fuck you, Arby's. No,
Yeah, no. All right. No one, their money spends just as good as everybody else's.
that's true. Very true. Sorry, Arby's.
All right, guys, we'll be out. We'll see you guys with some more Than Metal.
You
in the
all
future.
later.
Y'all have a good night. Later.
Later. Thank you.